Tara here with Create Life Paper Words, and today I have for you my Project Life album week 30. So this week I had a lot of photos again, so it's going to be done in 2 pages. So first I have this layout right here that I'm working on, and then you'll see me move on and I'm going to do another full 2 pages of 12 by 12. So all the cards, just so you know, are from the Teal Lime Press. She has an Etsy store, and they're all digital. So all I've done is I've just picked the ones I want from various kits and I have printed them off. So I think the basis for my colors this week was that I really liked this this map card in the right corner. It's a 4x6 vertical card, and I just really like the blue in it, and I thought it'd be really nice because we did go on a road trip for the last half of this week, and so I really wanted to document that, and I thought this was the perfect card for it. So as you can see, I'm working on that card right now. I've got a little bit of layering going on. I've got these I guess they're like an acetate type of banner, and then I just have a little ephemera, and then I also have that that round road trip wood veneer, and that's from Colorcast Design. And now I'm just looking through my stamp sets. I'm trying to find something to go onto the one picture of the water park, so that top right card. And once I find the one that I want, I'm going through with my eraser just on the back of my pencil, and this sort of primes the stamp. I've just started doing this, and I'm wishing I had started doing it sooner, but I find that the stamp really grabs the ink that way, and you get a much cleaner type of a stamped image. So I end up finding the stamp set that I want, and I play with a couple here. I use my roller stamp, and then I use 2 other stamps, so I have a layering effect on that photo, and they all say different things. And now I'm moving on to this shoes photo that I have, and so just a little story behind these shoes. I've actually had 2 sets of them. I bought my first set probably 5 years ago, and they lasted about 2 summers, and then I bought another set 2 or 3 years ago, and at the beginning of the year I knew that they weren't going to make it past August, and unfortunately they died on the weekend. They completely split on the bottom, and so I almost threw them out, and I thought, no, I have to go document this for Project Life. And so I dug them out. The light was just perfect for this. My parents' backyard grass looks amazing. It's so green, and it just turned out to be the perfect one. And so that's why I put stories on here. And so it's a gold foil sticker, and it says stories, and because I just think, how many stories, did these shoes tell? How many stories, how many places have they gone with me? How many things have they done? And I really just want to remember that, because like I said, they're my absolute favorites, but they've been with me for a very, very long time. And then I'm moving on to this other card over here on the right side. I love, love, love stripes of any kind. Love stripes, if you haven't figured that out yet. And I just love this navy one, and I love them on the diagonal. So my first thought was actually to journal on the diagonal, but I ended up not doing that because I did cut out this little thing from one of the Studio Calico cards that I'd received, and it says best parents ever, and I crossed out best and put worst. I had a little incident with my one child the other day that I felt just horrible about, and so that's why it says worst, and then I made it look like a little medal. So I know my friend was wondering how I was going to document that, and I documented it. It's right there. So what else can I tell you? What else am I working on? Lots of stamping. If you can't tell, I absolutely love stamping. I started first with card making classes, and my favorite part of those was always the stamping. There's just something about using ink and a stamp. So I did stamp for the zoo, and then I did my O's as dark, all filled in O's, I guess. And then I put little tiny enamel dots on them so that they look like eyes. I wanted them to look like owl eyes. So I don't know if I did end up doing that, but that's was the goal. I wanted them to look like little owl eyes. And then I'm moving on to this card at the bottom, and that card is it's one from the Teal Line Press, and it says something about selfies or something like that. I just like the words on it and the black and white. So I added a couple things of washi on there, and then I just stapled our ticket for the zoo on there. I like to keep that kind of memorabilia and stuff. It's a pretty simple card, but I think it sort of works well with that whole page, which is about our zoo day. And then I decided I wasn't quite done with this beautiful day for the zoo card, and I added a little label and stamped today on there. So now I'm moving on to this card in the top left corner, this stripy one. So I love this card. I'm probably going to print another one off and use it in a different way. It just was not working for me. I kept looking at it and I really loved the colors. It just wasn't working with my layout. So as you can see, I'm measuring and I'm going to put on some stickers. So my thought was to put Bow Island to High River to Calgary. And I was running out of letters, first of all. And then I just sort of decided that I didn't like it even a little bit. So I've got Bow Island on there and I'm trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do next? I'm running out of letters. I have enough letters to do Calgary in white. So I put Calgary on there. And once I get Calgary on there, I realized I don't want Calgary to be next. I want it to be High River because I was going to record the kilometers that it had taken. So I wait and I go back and I ask a friend what she thinks. And she's like, yeah, no, it's not looking good. So I decide to print a picture off instead. So that's my daughter holding a butterfly from the butterfly part at the zoo. And she just loves butterflies, so I figured she'd really like that picture. And so I decided to move on to this next card where I'm documenting about the movie that we went to see. So I had picked up this sort of movie review card from a printable that I had from Studio Calico, and got it all in there, and I don't like it. So I reprinted it, of course, and reprinted the card, or maybe I took the card off. No, I think I reprinted the card. And I decided it needed to be more on an angle and to make them more the same size. So I do that. It still needs something. I have this little like ticket sticker that I put on there. And then I embellish it with this sort of, it's a little push pin. It's a wood veneer push pin. I think it's from Studio Calico. And then I pretty much just copy word for word what I had written before because I didn't have an issue with what, I had journaled. It was just I didn't like how it looked. It just, the two of them straight on, it just didn't look quite right. So I'm much happier with how this one looks. And then I do actually add another little ticket in there. When you see the still shots, you'll probably see it. So this page is pretty much done. I add a little bit of washi to the top picture up here. I ended up adding 3 little washi strips. And then I wasn't really thinking when I stuck the labels down, and I sort of cover up the polka dot one, which is the one that I'd really liked, that I wanted to keep. But oh well, not a problem. So cut off the extra, get my little labels together, and decide, do I want a third one? Nope, I don't. So I put the date on there, I believe, and then I do some journaling. And that card is pretty much done. And so now I'm working on this bottom middle card, and that is actually going to be my title card, I've decided. Oh yeah, I do a little bit of journaling in white up along the side of my daughter. I remember seeing a process video where the person, I can't remember what one it was, but she did a bunch of journaling in white on the picture, and I thought that looked really neat. So I tried it out here a couple times, and I'm really happy with how it looks. So I'll probably be doing that kind of stuff again. And as you can see, I'm going through my labels, trying to find the right one. It seems like half the time that I spend on these projects, it's just trying to find the right one. But I do find a little label for my one harvest card that I've been working on. And then I move down again to this middle card, like I was saying before. That's my title card that I always have. I always like to have the week number and then the dates on there. So I have these gold thickers. I just got them and I've been itching to use them. I believe they're Dear Lizzie ones. So I get out my ruler, which I've been finding is really helping keep things straight, and I put week 30 on there. And then I put a little bit of the date stamping on and get it on there, and I realized that nope, that is not the right date. So I usually have my phone with me, but my phone is now used to record my process videos. So sometimes I get mixed up about my dates. So I had to fix that. I added a little bit of this really, really thin washi tape on it. And then actually when I was doing the photos and stuff, I decided I didn't like one of them, so I took it off. So now there's only one little strip of the washi tape on there. And this side's done. Okay, and here is part 2. So this is another 2 pages of 12 by 12. I have to say I'm absolutely loving the squares right now. I just love how they look, and I love this 3 by 3 or 9 squares on the left side. I'm finding that it's really versatile. I can put lots of photos, I can put a little amount of photos, and it just looks really good. So I'm going to be using this one most definitely for a while now. I know I just ordered another pack of this, so I'm really excited for when it comes in, as I think I only have one sheet left. So this is just a continuation of week 30. What I'm doing here is I did some journaling around. Generally, I don't mat my photos onto cardstock. I'm not really sure what it is, but I find that I just really like clean white edges. And that's how that one was supposed to be. I had printed off the 2 3x4s together. I put them into the Collect app, and what I found is that when I printed them and cut them in half, they weren't the same white matting or white border on them. So I decided to cut both those pictures down and mat them. So like I said, I don't normally do that, but it does, like, I do like how it looks on this one. I've got a little bit of stamping on there, and that stamp set is from Close to My Heart. It's one of my favorites. And then again, all the cards are from the Teal Line Press as well. So as you can see, I skipped a little bit ahead. What happened is I must have bumped my stand or something for where my phone sits when it records, and I had this big blur over half of it, and I didn't really think anyone wanted to see my hands moving, but not really able to tell what I was doing. So this is at the end, so I'm just sort of adding a little finishing touches, a couple more stamps, and then I'm putting everything in, getting my stuff all cleaned up, it seems. You will be able to see all of the details in the still shots. I made sure I took quite a bit so that you guys could see that. And again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you who watches my videos, and if there's anything you'd like to see going forward, please comment. I am more than happy to try it out. Bye!